Hi everyone, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you today one of my recent Elfbeads orders. I've actually had this now for a few weeks and I just haven't had time to film it and share it with you just due to the fact that I still have a lot of doctors and physical therapy appointments, plus I work full-time. So today is my first window where I have time to film, and I thought I would dig into this package with all of you today. So as always, it just comes beautifully packaged, and I have a handwritten note directly from Mila. And let me go ahead and just get into this here. Always just beautifully wrapped in the Elfbeads tissue. And I have another butterfly. Like, I actually have an idea for using these butterflies if they truly are stickers, but I just haven't had time to execute that yet. But if they are indeed stickers, I have a crafty project that I'm going to try to do with these little butterflies. So I will share that if I ever get around to it. But let me get into this box here. So, and you can see I have not one, but two. And then the Elfbeads gifts pouch. So let me get these out and just kind of organize them for you. So you see a pile of goodies there in front of you. I'm gonna just kind of group things logically together so I don't make this video super long. All right, so the first thing that I picked up, this is the Lucky Scales glass bead, and this came out around St. Patrick's Day. This actually, I think, was the release for St. Patrick's Day, or included. And I already have one of these, but I just fell in absolute love with this particular bead since I love dragons. And some of the imagery with dragons, like in illustrations and things, always has like dragons with this beautiful emerald green. And I just instantly knew, like the second I first saw this Lucky Scales design, that I wanted a second one. So couldn't resist ordering a second one of this beautiful glass bead. And then, speaking of dragons, this is part of the Masterpiece Silver Collection, and this is the wood dragon. And I love my dragons, and Elfbeads just, they have my heart as far as all the options for dragons that are available. This one, to me, it looks like it's a little baby dragon, or maybe a teenager, you know, not quite a baby, but not quite an adult. And you can see, like, there's a couple little mushrooms there that he is holding, he or she. And just look at all this beautiful detail. Like, you can even see like the pupils in the dragon's eye, and he or she is just staring straight at you. And then of course you have the horns of the little dragon and his little ears. And then look at this beautiful detail on the back. I love the wing detail. And then of course you have the little ridges going up the dragon's back. And then of course the tail, you can see the scales on the tail that just kind of wraps up and around to the front. Like, this truly is just spectacular silver. Like I have, I think, every single one of the Masterpiece silvers except for the Birth of the Fairy. And that one I absolutely plan on getting probably with my next Elfbeads order, unless there's another Masterpiece one that gets released that I have to have ahead of it. But this little wood dragon is absolutely gorgeous. And then here it is beside the Lucky Scales glass bead. The only other silver that I ordered was this one here. I love butterflies, and if any of you have been following me for any length of time, you know that purple and green, as far as that combination together, is one of my favorite color combinations. And this is from the Summertime Butterflies collection. This is just, I believe it's just called the Summertime Butterflies Purple Green. And this one I may very well need a second one of. It's almost perfect as a spacer. It's, I think, also big enough where it could be a focal bead, but it's got this beautiful monstera leaf. And then you have these butterflies with a touch of green and purple enamel. You have a total of 2 purple butterflies and 2 green butterflies. At least I believe that's all in total. Yeah, it looks like just a total of 4. But they are just kind of flitting around and landing on this beautiful monstera leaf in the background. And yeah, I could definitely see this in pairs and treated as spacers on a bracelet. Although, like, if you compare it to the width, oops, let me do this. If you compare it to the width of a glass bead, it certainly could kind of stand in as a focal silver on your bracelet as well. So that is the Summertime Butterflies in purple and green. Next up, we have the Swan Moonlight Sonata. And oh my goodness, I just love this. Like, she had, Elfbeads had 3 different variations of this swan bead. One had more, I want to say, blue flowers. And then there was one that it was more of a moonlight theme. So it was mainly just like a black iridescent background with the swans, you know, as they were, you know, gliding across a moonlit pond. But I did not realize in the stock pictures that this one also kind of has that iridescent background to it. And in fact, I really shouldn't be surprised because this is Elfbeads after all. And these amazing beads that just capture so many colors is just, you know, something that they do just effortlessly, it seems. But look at that beautiful swan. Like, you can see there is just a little bit of like an orange color for the beak. And then of course you see just a little bit of black there for the swan's eye. And then you just have that beautiful arched neck. And then just a little bit of detail on the body and feathers, just to give it just a little bit of dimension. And then the flowers themselves, like I went for the Moonlight Sonata. This is just a beautiful pale dusty purple, and it does have a CZ at the center. Like, I only chose one of these because I figured this was going to be my centerpiece on a design. And I just remember the very first time I ever saw a swan in person. It was when I was a teenager and I had a babysitting job at a hotel for a guest that was staying at this hotel, and the hotel, that was one of the services that it would offer, you know, for these guests, you know, on their vacation. If you was wanting a lovely night out, you know, on a date, like they would get like local teenagers that they'd already vetted to babysit your children. And it was a cool gig. Like I got to stay, you know, on the hotel grounds, which was beautiful. This was a 5-star, you know, hotel here. And, you know, they had a movie theater and a little ice cream shop and all sorts of, you know, a nice playground, you know, nice things to do with these little ones that you babysat. And, you know, if you took the kids to dinner, you know, the parents also had to buy you dinner as well. So it was a sweet summertime little job that I adored. And one of my favorite things to do was they had this lake that was kind of in the center of the hotel grounds, and they had ducks and swans swimming at the lake. And one of the things I would love doing would be, you know, taking the kids out for a little walk and, you know, pushing a stroller, that type of thing, and just seeing the beautiful wildlife. So that's what this bead reminds me of. I know that was a long story, so I apologize for that, but I love this bead. So this is the Swan Moonlight Sonata. And then also from the Summertime Allure collection is this Bloom Sonata glass bead. And this one, yeah, I chose specifically to pair with this Swan Moonlight Sonata. And I think this is just going to be so stunning together on a bracelet design. I'm going to have the swan in the center, and then of course I'll have either of these flanking on the other side. But let's focus for a bit on these particular beads here. Again, how magical is that background? I see almost like a spring green, and then just this bright cerulean blue, but you have that beautiful like leaf background kind of floating on a black base. And then you have these dimensional pink flowers, and you can see like the flowers themselves have a little center that is yellow, and then the throat of the flower almost appears to be like almost just a deep dark pink. And then of course the actual petals are this baby pink. You can just see all that delicate fluting and, you know, petal texture. And I'm hoping it comes across in the camera here, but you know, this is like a little vine detail that is raised. Like this is a dimensional glass where you do have like the flowers themselves are raised up, and then you do have like this leaf and vine detail that is also over top the glass. It just beautiful, magical bead. So I am absolutely gonna play with this one, I think, today. It is just gorgeous. So that is the Bloom Sonata. All right, and what you are seeing here is the thing that just kind of pushed me over the edge, where I had to make, you know, an Elfbeads order and pull the trigger on some of these things on my wish list. This is beads from the Basics Monroe collection, and I started out, you know, as always, I always start out with getting one, and then it just makes me want to get duplicates of particular colors. But what you are seeing here from left to right is the lemon yellow Monroe, the yellow green Monroe, the aquamarine Monroe, the pink Monroe, and the lilac Monroe. I love my Monroe beads from Elfbeads. Like, that is, anytime I see a glass bead that has CZ in it, I'm always gravitating towards it. And these are so reasonably priced. And I love, you know, that it's just in basic colors that you can pair with beads in your collection. Like, for instance, the Bloom Sonata that I just showcased. Look how gorgeous that is with either the pink Monroe or the lilac Monroe off to either side. And actually, well, here, let's do this. Look at how gorgeous it is with the yellow green and the aquamarine next to it. Like, I am so jazzed that Elfbeads has done this. And they have black, guys, and while I have not ordered black for my first order, I will be going back and most definitely getting a pair of black, you know, basic Monroes, because black just goes with everything. And black in particular, and another color like the purples. Like, there's a really pretty purple. In fact, I'll pull that out as well. But again, look how stunning this is. These colors are with just this Bloom Sonata bead right here. And let me do something real quick. So your eyes are not deceiving you here. There's a few more basic Monroes added onto my rod here. And I realized after, you know, the actual collection dropped that I kind of probably did an oops and did not read my little card from Mila closely enough. And I revealed some of these basic Monroes ahead of time. And from what I can tell, like this, I believe, because when they came, they weren't labeled, but this purple on the end, I believe, is the crocus. And then this one here, just kind of looking at the different colors, I believe this one's going to be the fuchsia. And then I think I, you know, ordered a second aquamarine. Like, I thought maybe that this was teal, you know, because the colors between the teal and the aquamarine on the site are so close. So I took, you know, a stab at it. And I think I ordered a second aquamarine. So now at least I have a pair of those. And then I think, and again, guys, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is the fresh green. And then this, I think, is a duplicate of the yellow green. So I'm lucky to have a couple pairs of a couple now, and definitely going to be ordering a second one of this. Honestly, I'm going to probably order seconds of all these colors just because I like having beads like this in pairs. But yeah, these are the beautiful basics Monroe, and I just don't know how Mila does it, where she can, and I should say Mila and Elfbeads, how they do it, just because this is a real quality bead for a wonderful price. Like, they're finished just like a normal Elfbeads glass would, with the lovely silver core, and they are stunning. All right, and that leaves the things that Mila always includes with every order. She always includes like a few gifts. And so let me share all of these with you. These look like, oh, these are all from that Moonlight Sonata collection. And then I got, ooh, a light blue Monroe. Let me show you that one first. So here is the light blue Basics Monroe, and it is just a gorgeous baby blue, like a Cinderella blue. And like if you're into like Pandora Disney, like I think this yellow green is perfect for like Tiana. And I think this, oh gosh, which one was this? I think this is the lilac. I think this would be perfect for Rapunzel. So yeah, this is the light blue Monroe, and it is gorgeous. This is the Daydreaming Tripetual bead, and I love the tripetuals that Elfbeads has, and the field stones and the flower stones. I try to collect those, and this one is just stunning. This one is completely opaque. It's on a white opaque glass base, and then you have these blue tripetual flowers, and you know, the top of one flower becomes the bottom of another. And so it is just like a endless infinity loop of these flowers. And there is a little like amber colored dimensional dot in the flower center. And the flowers themselves, or the tripetuals themselves, are again not flat like you see the lighter blue, and then you do have detailing with darker blues on the inside of the petal and the outside of the petal, just to give them dimension. This is just so beautiful. So this is the Daydreaming Tripetual. This beauty here is the Royal Blue Swirl Stone. And this is another one that, at least, like to my eyes, like this is completely opaque as well. It could be that my eyes are deceiving me because I'm actually wearing my glasses versus my contacts. But this has a black opaque base, and then it almost looks like it has like those tripetual flowers, but they've been swirled just a little bit. So almost like when the glass was molten, they just kind of swirled it a little bit to the right or the left to kind of give it that twisted pattern to it. And this just has this very serene blue. Is just beautiful. Here it is from the side. So nothing dimensional on this one, just that beautiful swirl pattern. Let me put it next to the tripetual, just so you can see. And the last gift that I was given is this beauty right here. This is the Icy Twilight Rose. And this one, if you can see there, is dimensional. Like all the color is at the core. So that beautiful baby blue color is at the core. We have clear glass over. And then you have these dimensional flowers over top that are just kind of a matte finish that just kind of pops out and gives it that gorgeous appeal. Like look at it next to the little baby blue or the light blue Monroe. Like all of this is just so beautifully color coordinated as far as the beads that Elfbeads gifted me for review. Look how beautiful. So that is it, guys. What are your favorites from the collection? I would definitely say that, well, these beauties are a favorite. They really all are. But I guess if I had to pick hands down my favorite thing, it would be this beautiful wood dragon right here. He is just magnificent. But let me know what you think, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.